What's up, YouTube? As you can see here, I have splurged on Marketplace again. I have 3 machines here. I have this tracker side by side and 2 Sea-Doo jet skis. So I spent a total of $3,000 on all of these. This one I paid $2,000 for, and the engine it's in a million pieces. It is not good. And I may have overpaid for this one. I'm not exactly sure. Now these, actually I paid $800 for these. So I paid $2,800 for all of these. The dude was originally asking $1,200 for these jet skis. And then he lowered it to $1,000. And then I went and looked at him and I offered him $800 and he took it. Now they're pretty rough, but I went ahead and did the deal because I was already there and he had the titles for both machines. I figured the trailer's worth at least $1,000. So now these are 2-stroke and they're fuel injected. Now I've done a little bit of research and these things are basically like, they only made these for a couple years. RXDI, where is it on here? RXDI. And I mean, they're pretty, oh yeah, the cables froze up. These are really tight, but I think we might be able to get them running. I'm not sure. I might just, sell them and flip them. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I'm hoping that maybe at least I can get one of them running. The dude said that this one probably won't run. It looks like they started taking it apart. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, and I've never worked on a jet ski. So yeah, there's some spacers here I think that are missing. I think he said there's bolts in here, but I don't know. I think I don't know. This one turns to, let's see, the throttle on this one works. There's the throttle bodies in there. I'm hoping at least I can get one of them running. I might be able to get both of them running. And if I can only get one running, then hey, at least I have a part ski. Now this is a 2022 tracker. This is what they sell at Bass Pro Shop. And paid $2,000 for this. I think I paid too much, but you can see the pistons hanging out there. It's a damn shit show, to be honest. But the thing about this thing is it's newer. I mean, it's relatively clean. I mean, I guess for the year, it's probably a little rough. We really need to get this inside and start working on it. But I don't know. Which one do I want to work on first? These are going to be a pain in the ass to get in the garage. I need to drain them out. But it would be super awesome to freaking go ride some jet skis this weekend. So I think I'm going to take these inside first. All right, I got them in the garage here. It was a tight squeeze. Let's get this thing up on a jump pack, see what happens. Hope there's no mosquitoes in these things. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, so the fuel pump, I hear the fuel pump going, and I hear the solenoid clicking, but I don't hear the starter doing anything. And actually, right before I pulled these inside, I had already ordered a starter. I think the starter might be bad on this. Not 100% sure, but I'm gonna jump the solenoid here. This thing, I don't know if there's much. If we can really see much. I foresee recording this whole situation being an issue, but you can see in here behind this blue wire, which is our coil, our starter solenoid is right there. You see those 2 posts. Let's see what happens when we jump them. Maybe you don't have to have the key on. Should have had something there. Have my jumper leads on the 2 terminals there, and we have the meter set to continuity. So if that starter solenoid is good, when we hit the button here, this should go to 0 and beep. We are getting something. Why is it not beeping though? There it goes. All right, there we go. This thing's annoying. Next thing we can do is we can hook this one up to our ground, and then basically this is on our starter solenoid going to the starter. Right, so if we hook this, if we turn this to 20 volts and we hit the starter, we should get 12 volts there. So we're looking for 12 volts now, and we're getting voltage. I mean, I have the polarity reverse, but that's whatever. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is see if this thing's going to turn over. Let's turn this off. You can see the shaft right here. We need to see if we can get the engine turning over. Let's go right here for a pry bar. What about this one? Nice and bent. We'll use this one. So basically we just need to make sure that the engine's spinning over. Oh yeah, she's turning over. Turned over pretty easy too. Why can I not get it? There we go. Oh yeah. All right, so that means there's an issue with our starter, which, like I said, I have a starter over there on the bench. Now the big problem is I've never worked on one of these, and from what I can tell, the starter is on the very bottom of this engine, and it is down there. So I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not sure if we gotta take the intake off to get to it. Yeah, I think we gotta take the exhaust off and the intake. And I think that's why someone had already taken this one apart. So I'm gonna see what I can figure out here. Okay, so I have our camera set up, and like I said before, I have no idea what I'm doing with a jet ski. I know the basics. Yeah, it looks like a lot of this stuff might be American. I don't know, maybe metric. What is this guy? But yeah, this looks like quite the job here.
I found him sitting on a trailer down by the lake. 203 seaters, man, what a mistake. $800 with the trailer to boot, but everything seized from the hull to the chute. Oh, my sea-doo dreams, rusted and rough. 295B1, built to be tough. I'm an ATV man, jet skis ain't my scene, but I'll wrench 'em to life, gonna make 'em scream. I'm a dirt bike mechanic, carbs and chains I know, but these water machines got a whole different flow. The pumps are locked tight, the engines won't spin, still I'm diving in deep with a grease-covered grin. Oh, my sea-doo dreams run.
All right, my jet ski venture is not looking good here. I just got the starter out and a bunch of water is coming out of the hole. Now the other big problem is the end of this starter has broke off inside of the engine. And look at the throttle bodies. That ain't good. I don't even know what you're gonna look here, but you can probably see better than I can inside these intake ports. It ain't looking good. So I'll let you know what else I find. See, this is what the starter is supposed to look like, and this is what ours looks like. That snout has broke off inside the engine, and it does look like this is an aftermarket starter as well. You know, China, because it's all black. Probably wasn't. I don't know. Maybe these things were sunk. I don't know what the deal is. But this is froze up tight. Okay, so the odds for that one are not looking good. And this is where I got this one. Now, this exhaust was already off. I just had to break the V-band here loose and slide the air box out. Now this one, the throttle bodies are not seized shut. Looks like that's the oiler right there, maybe. Now, I think this one might be locked up, though. I will say the other day I did try this. Yeah, that thing's locked up. Now, it could be the impeller. Could be the impeller that's locked up. I think we'd have to break those 8 bolts right there, probably 6, 8. We'd have to break those free. I wonder if there's anything in the jet here that looks bad. Oh yeah, look at that. That is not good. I don't know if this one's ever gonna run. Let's look at the jet again. So, looks like someone started taking the jet off of this one. You can see that nut is not on there. There is a nut there. Maybe it's just the nut came off. No, that one's off too. Huh. I don't really know what I'm looking at. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Maybe it is. Why is that so loose? I don't know. Now I'm waiting for my little sheet bore scope to charge up. Freaking meant to do that earlier, but let's see what's going on in the cylinder here and the plugs. I mean, I see there's that bolt already kind of backed out, looks like. You know, they're missing the injector pieces there. So, I mean, this spark plug was tight. Yeah, it looks like water in there. Probably not good. Oh yeah, I can see water in there right now. Oh my God. What the hell? Damn, I may have gotten severely screwed on these. I mean, I knew the guy was a little sketchy, but, you know, I was willing to take the risk. They had titles. Let's see if that one's got water on there. Oh yeah, full of water. Not good, not good. There's the plug. Oh boy, what are we gonna do? Okay, so I got the, I don't know, 6 bolts out here. 2, 4, 6 bolts out. So, I don't know what this means. I need to figure out how to see if I can spin that shaft, if the engine is, you know, seized up, or if it's just the shaft. These might do something here. Oh wait, am I on the rubber? Come on, here, let's try that. Oh, no. I think the impeller might be seized. I'm not exactly sure. All right, it's not looking good for the jet skis here. I was trying to get this starter out, and you can see that this bolt broke off. Can't get the one on the bottom out. Then I decided, well, I'm gonna try and take the head off, see what's going on there. And half of these were already boogered up from the last dude, and they are seized in there, man. And then so I was like, all right, well, let's bounce back to this one. And then I just freaking was trying to get these loose, and they are freaking seized in there. Them freaking suckers are tight. So I'm contemplating on I think I'm just gonna freaking put this whole thing back up on Facebook. Freaking put it up for $1,000. And I mean, I have $850 in it with the starter. So maybe if I can get $750, do a $100 loss. Otherwise, maybe I'll just junk the jet skis and then try and sell the trailer, or maybe I'll just keep the trailer and put a deck on it and make it a four-wheeler trailer or something, because the trailer is worth at least $1,000. So anyways, I hate to freaking give up, but that ain't happening. That ain't working. And if everything's seized on there, everything's broken, we can't fix it. So I think I'm gonna roll these out and then roll in the side-by-side. Okay, there might be a slight bit of hope. I had the grand idea of taking this snout off our new one and putting the broken one on. Now, that means this bearing isn't supporting the shaft, but maybe we can get this engine to turn over. Okay, I just pulled the plugs out. Not a good sign. They were in there finger loose, but I think I did get the starter in. I didn't put any bolts in, but I think it will turn over. Oh. Doesn't help that the starter's not actually bolted in. Woo! Oh my gosh, that's a lot of water. Holy moly. Oh my gosh, it stinks so bad. Oh, he got the camera too. Holy shit. Let me bolt it in. Let me bolt that starter in and clean everything up here. Woo, okay. The starter's in. I don't know how clear our freaking lens is. It's clear enough. That was crazy. I was not expecting that. All right, we're all still hooked up. Let's see what happens. Let's do this. Golly, that thing's... Holy shit, I just freaking... Oh my gosh, I just got freaking covered in fucking jet ski water. Holy shit. I feel spark too. Oh my gosh. This is insane, bro. All right, this is what we're doing here. All right, we get it. Well, I felt spark, which is a good indicator. Now, there's water everywhere here. What the? Let's see if we got spark on that guy. Oh my gosh. I'm freaking soaked. Oh yeah, there's fire. Oh yeah, we don't have to worry about that. Let's try this one. Shut the fuck up. Oh yeah. All right, there's still all kinds of water coming out, and I don't care. Let's see if we can pop this thing off with some go-go juice. And I need to clean the lens again. Golly. Okay. There's still water everywhere. I got the go-go juice. Let's spray some brake clean in the intakes, if it will. Let's see what happens here. I guess we better hook those spark plugs up, huh? Why did it just... We have a bad connection? Hold on, let's try this again. What's that all about? Huh. Why is it not turning over with the plugs in? Maybe let's pull one plug out. Shut up. Might be too much compression or more water in there and it won't turn over. I don't know. See, it'll start on the one cylinder. That crankcase just must be full of water. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I got my compression gauge here. We're gonna do a compression test. And I don't know, I have this little tiny jump pack hooked up and it seems to be doing a better job. It's kind of a pain in my ass here. All right, let's see what happens. Damn, 100 PSI on that cylinder. This thing might run. Oh, that's crazy. Let's try the other cylinder. This thing may run. That's crazy. It's freaking, the crankcase is just full of water though. I don't know how to get all the water out. Maybe I can do a Google search. here goes the other one. Let's see. Not as much, but 95? Bro. This thing will probably run if we can get it to freaking crank over fast enough and get all this damn water out. Look at this engine bay. This is terrible. Okay, I think we might be on to something here. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. All right, let's see what happens. What is going on with these jump packs, bro? This thing was just turning over really fast. Come on. I don't know what that's all about. Okay. These been charging up for a little bit. It's still a damn shit show. All right, this is a freaking disaster here, but let's see what we can do. Damn. All right, I think we got go-go juice in there. All right, let's see. Satellite was gonna start. This damn thing. Jump packs pissing me off. Well, it sounded like it wanted to fire up a couple times there. Guess I need to freaking actually get an actual battery hooked up on this stupid ass thing. And maybe I'll swap over the throttle bodies from the other engine. See if we can get that, get this thing to fire up. I think I might even work on this exhaust a little bit more. Trying to get this off. I don't know. Okay, finally got this back bolt over here loosened up. Had to use a lot of heat. Looks like I got this V-band clamp unhooked too. Maybe might need one more whack. I'm not sure. There's a hose on the bottom. This should probably run that. He don't need it. Holy moly. Well, that makes things slightly easier to work on. Now the next big problem is this throttle body, because it sees shut, which we do have our other throttle body, but it's hard. We do have the other throttle body, but it might not be that simple because it's hard to get the cable off while the throttle bodies are seized. Okay, I have a battery in this thing, and I wonder if it's going to start. I have the new throttle bodies hooked up, or the ones off the other one, you know. All right, let's see what happens. Put the key in. Damn, look at all that freaking crap coming out the exhaust. Hit it with a little bit more go-go juice. All right, let's put the key back in. Probably should also unhook the injectors here. Just unhook the connections, because could be, you know, water in the fuel, and it could be, you know, just fucking dumping water into the cylinders. Okay, those are unhooked. I probably need a fresh thing of brake clean. Got the straw on this one. All right. Let's hope this thing doesn't catch on fire. Let's hook up my jump pack too. I don't know, this jump pack doesn't seem to be the greatest, but I guess some jump pack is better than no jump pack. Alright, let's see here. Got a hook Still lots of water coming out of this thing. Woo! I don't like that. Man, tons of freaking water coming out of this thing. Yeah, I get it. Why is there so much water? Wants to go. I think we're finally out of the water. I don't see any more water popping out, so maybe the injectors were dumping water. I don't know. Oh yeah. Heck yeah. Let's see what happens here. Heck yeah. Trying to get this fuel line off. And honestly, it looks like part that's not supposed to come off is coming off. It looks like. So that's not good. Okay, so I think the next thing we need to do is drain the fuel. And I think the best way to drain the fuel, that's the tank. That's the filter right there. And that top line should be the pressure line. So we got to get a fuel, got to get our fuel line removal tool, and then I guess just turn it on and off and let it pump all whatever's in here out. All right, so you can see I got it off there. No fuel like spewed out, so I don't even know if this thing's working. Yeah, that's. I think that's the pressure side. It should be the pressure side. Yeah, it's going directly to the fuel rail. So it looks like we're probably gonna have to take the tank out, or at least get in here to get all this out. I don't know what this is all about. Come on. All right, this isn't my best camera work, but anyways, here's the fuel pump sending unit. We gotta get that out. I don't know what's going on here. Now I did just blow on this and I could hear the air in the tank, but you can see here there is fluid in here. I don't know what's in there, so we need to get this bunch of 8mm, it looks like, blow this off real good, and get this daggone thing out. Where is that going? All right, and this is why we're not getting any fuel. This thing is just freaking gone to hell. So I don't even know if you can get that piece, and I doubt that one's any good. Holy McMoly, this thing is rough. This thing is in bad shape. I'm gonna have to look up and see if these are even available, or we'll just have to come up with something on our own. Okay, I have a minorly sketchy setup. It's the next day now. Uh-oh. Well, I had a fuel pump in here. Guess I gotta hook up my hose back up. And then we'll see if this thing's actually gonna fire. Okay, so I have a new jump pack, my brand new one from Harbor Freight. Took a shit. So we got a battery in there. This is for the fuel pump. And in here, you can see when I turn this on, barely, I don't know, the return line's plugged or something. So we're gonna have to do multiple things at once here. And wow. Idling. That's crazy. Wow. All right, let's try it again here. It was running idling. What happened now? Try a little go-go juice in here. Okay, shut up. Alright, so clearly I guess we're not getting fuel out of the fuel injectors. The problem with that is the bolts are seized, so I guess I'll try and get them out. Hopefully I don't break them off. Of course, you can't use heat on it. It's got fuel in it. Okay, that one's loosening up. And that one broke. That's what I was afraid of. Well, maybe we'll be able to get away with one bolt holding it down, or maybe we'll be able to get the other one out, but at least this way we'll be able to see if this thing is squirting fuel or not. Which I assume it's not, since it's not firing up, which was weird. It fired up the first time. Okay, well, unfortunately, I think the fate of the jet skis has been decided. Trying to get this fuel rail off has just gone haywire, and it looks like these are also fuel injectors here, right there. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god. And I will say this thing does have a couple good parts, like a little bin here, the bin for the front. I don't know where the bin for the front or right here went. Where did it go? Maybe it's on the other ski. Oh yeah, it's right there. I know these go for like 70 bucks a piece maybe, but there's lots of parts on this. I can recoup my money. Now of course that's gonna be quite a bit of work, but I'm thinking about just putting them back together and selling them, you know, $1,000. The trailer's worth $1,000. So if I can recoup my money, that's what I'm gonna try and do, because shoot, the video, we even started out with the side-by-side here, and the side-by-side, something is wrong with the engine pretty severely, and looks like it just rained on it. So the timing chain snapped, and it's really hard for me to show you everything because I have the bed on, but I think the timing chain snapped, and then water sat in it. I think some kid waterlogged it. Cylinder, honestly, cylinder's probably no good, but be interesting to see if that right there would hone out or not. But I have a new cylinder I ordered, or it's a second-hand one because the parts for these are a little hard to find. And then it also snapped the timing chain guide, which I don't know where it's at. It snapped the timing chain guide. It's around here somewhere. But anywho, I ordered all the parts for this thing, and the timing chain guide. Could have bought one out of New York for like $75, or I bought one from Poland for $25. And it's the same Kimco OEM part, because this is, you know, a lot of people think these are actually Arctic Cats, but these are actually made by Kimco. Arctic Cat is actually made by Kimco. So anyways, the Polish people haven't shipped it out yet, and they're not replying on eBay, so I'll give it a day or two more to go. We'll see what happens. Maybe I gotta break down and buy the, you know, the other one. Is this the broken one? No, that's the good one. But you can see the chain here is just all mangled and it's broken half. But the dude said everything else is here, so let's hope it is. And let's hope we can get it out of the rain here soon, because it's not looking good for the old tracker or the jet skis. So yeah, I need to get rid of these jet skis ASAP. They need to get out of my hair. I think they're, even if I think I could still harvest parts off of them and sell the parts, scrap the holes, or, you know, get rid of the holes, and then sell the trailer. I think I'd still make $500 to $800. But of course, you know, how hungry am I and how quick do I want those things out of my hair? I also just picked up 3 more machines. So these are more my style. I think it's gonna be a no-go for me on jet skis for a long time, unless they actually run themselves and there's zero corrosion. So thanks for watching. Here's what we got coming up next. Be sure to subscribe, and be sure to comment down below what you think about my jet ski venture here.
Real Jesse Peterson finds in the rough dirt.